Echoes of revolution. Once upon a time, in the vast lands of Russia, a brewing storm of discontent and injustice paved the way for a revolution that would forever alter the course of history. It was the early 20th century, a time when the Russian people suffered under the oppressive rule of Tsar Nicholas II. In the heart of St. Petersburg, a city of grandeur and poverty, a group of passionate intellectuals and workers decided they could no longer bear the burden of the ruling elite's excesses while the common folk suffered. Among them was Vladimir Lenin, a charismatic and determined leader, who dreamt of a socialist utopia where the proletariat would rise to power. The revolution began with peaceful protests, but the Tsar's refusal to heed the people's demands fueled the fire of rebellion. Soon, strikes crippled the country, and calls for change echoed through the streets. Workers, soldiers, and peasants rallied under the banner of a new ideology, eager to bring down the monarchy that had oppressed them for generations. As the winter of 1917 descended upon the country, the revolution intensified. Tsar Nicholas II's grip on power weakened, and he was forced to abdicate the throne. A provisional government took its place, but it failed to address the growing needs of the people. Instead, it continued to support the ongoing war effort and ignored the cries for land reform and better living conditions. Within this chaos, the Bolsheviks, led by Lenin and his ally Leon Trotsky, saw an opportunity to seize power. They envisioned a communist society where wealth and resources would be evenly distributed among all citizens. The Red Guards, an armed force of passionate revolutionaries, grew in numbers and strength. In October 1917, the Bolsheviks launched their decisive move. The Winter Palace in St. Petersburg became the battleground for the climax of the revolution. Red Guards stormed the palace, facing fierce resistance from the remaining loyalist forces. Amid the chaos, the Bolsheviks emerged victorious, and the provisional government crumbled. With the Tsar overthrown, the Bolsheviks established a new government, officially known as the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic. Lenin became its leader, and a new era dawned on Russia. Yet, the road to a true communist society was far from smooth. The country was in turmoil, facing internal strife and external threats. Civil war broke out between the Red Army, composed of the Bolsheviks and their supporters, and the White Army, made up of anti-communist forces. The civil war dragged on for years, and the nation suffered greatly. The economy collapsed, and famine swept through the land, leaving millions in desperate need of aid. Despite these hardships, the Bolsheviks held on to power, determined to see their vision realized. As the dust settled, and the revolution's flames subsided, Russia emerged as the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, USSR, in 1922, encompassing various territories. Lenin's dream of a communist state had come true, though the cost was immense. The echoes of the Russian Revolution reverberated across the globe, inspiring movements for change and social justice. While the USSR would later experience its own challenges and eventual dissolution, the revolution's legacy remained a pivotal moment in history, an enduring symbol of the power of the people to rise against oppression and fight for a better tomorrow.